In this edition of Campus Report, Hayley Iwaszek has the scoop on snowboarding in Taos.
Also coming up, Kemmie Turpin goes to New Mexico's Fiery Foods Festival.
Plus, Jorge Hernandez sits down with the UNM student athlete for an exclusive Campus Report interview.
And finally, Marian Anderson has a story about hour changes at the frontier.
I'm Christina Lovato.
And I'm William McClary, and you're watching Campus Report.
Local coverage. Student perspectives. At the University of New Mexico. From the KNME studios, this is Campus Report.
Many college students travel to warm beaches to soak up the sun and enjoy their spring break. But in New Mexico, some stayed around to make history. The Taos Ski Valley, which until this March has only been open to skiers, opened its slopes for snowboarders for the first time. Reporter Hayley Iwaszek was there on opening day.
It's been over 50 years since Taos Ski Valley opened to skiers, and over 50 years that the resort banned snowboarding. Until now. Starting March 2008, Taos opened to snowboarders. That means there's only 3 resorts left in the country that don't allow snowboarding, 2 in Utah and 1 in Vermont. As the sport has grown in popularity over the years, so has the demand to open the mountain. In a press release to guests, the Blake family, who own and operate the resort, write, "While there are many reasons why we have chosen this season to make such a significant change to our company's policy, the foremost factor is we feel simply that it is time. For several seasons, the debate has been more directed as to when rather than if snowboarding would be permitted at Taos Ski Valley. Let us emphasize that this decision is a result of careful planning and consideration. We recognize many challenges that will result from this decision, but feel ultimately it will benefit Taos Ski Valley Incorporated, its employees, and the community at large." Also stating that, as families who have been coming here for years start to have family members who snowboard, we feel it is important to change in order to welcome this next generation of Taos loyalists. Taos employee Lee Fullman says extensive planning and hard work of the staff was vital to making the transition happen.
I think it's a good thing. I think it was inevitable, and I think it's going to be good for the community, good for the skiers.
Frank Manfredi, a member of the Burton snowboarding team, believes the support of big snowboarding companies like Burton also helped make the change possible.
For 15 years, people tried to open the mountain to snowboarding, but it wasn't until they had major backing that everything turned around.
What is the big deal about Taos? It is listed among the top 10 resorts in the country and also places high in international ranking in terms of snow conditions and terrain. When word broke that Taos would open to snowboarders in 2008, their website was soon full of messages. Some people expressed their excitement and congratulations. Others vowed never to return again.
I'd say so.
Skiers Bob Roulet and George Brooks say snowboarding at Taos won't change anything.
I think it's great. I don't think skiing out there today wasn't any different than any other day. I mean, there were people on snowboards, but there was no issues anywhere. Everybody's having a good time.
It's great. It's great.
Snowboarder Emiliano Vasquez says he plans on coming back.
It's the only mountain where you can progress in the state. All the other mountains are so small.
Manfredi says now New Mexicans who want top quality conditions won't be forced to leave the state.
To spend excessive money on gas to get to Colorado and waste time. You know, you can just jump in your own backyard. I feel bad for the other skiers because I hate to say it, I'm going to be coming here more frequently than not.
The transition will continue in phases over the next 7 years and cost about $35 million. Concerts, races, contests, and giveaways are all part of the celebration to kick things off. It's March 19th, the day Taos opened to snowboarders and the day hell froze over. But staff members say they've never seen it so busy. Reporting, this is Hayley Iwaszek.
Welcome to the show, Hayley.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Hey, no problem. So can you tell us what opening day was like?
It was crazy. I talked to employees who have worked there for 20, 25 years, and they said they've never seen so many people. We saw license plates from Mexico, Georgia, Texas, Florida, all over the country. The lines for the lifts were over 75 minutes. People said that it was great, but the vibe was really good. People were really excited, and it seemed like it was, you know, no one had any bad feelings about it.
Like, in your opinion, how will this affect like other businesses in New Mexico?
I think for the other resorts, especially Angel Fire, which is by Taos and snowboarders used to go there, they're going to lose a lot of business. I think Taos is internationally ranked, so I think they're definitely going to take most of the business.
Okay. So how do residents and other business owners of Taos feel about the snowboarding, the decision?
I know some residents are upset about it. They feel like it's going to ruin the atmosphere of the city, the atmosphere of the ski resort. But business owners are really excited. They feel like it's going to bring in a whole new wave of business, a whole new wave of different kind of business. And just that weekend alone, most of the hotels in the city were full. So I think they're excited about it. It's definitely going to boost the revenue for the city. So.
Sounds good. Thank you for coming on the show, Hayley.
Thanks.
You see them walking all over campus, oftentimes wearing their UNM cherry red and silver tracksuits. A student-athlete's college experience is more unique than most of us realize. Jorge Hernandez sat down with Jon Sauer to get better insight into a day in the life of a student-athlete.
Right now, I'd like to introduce Jon Sauer. Jon's in his junior year at the University of New Mexico. Jon, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So what made you come here? I mean, you're from Minnesota. What made you come to the University of New Mexico to play golf?
It was south. I mean, growing up in Minnesota, where it snows pretty much 5 to 6 months out of the year, I just wanted to get south. And I had a connection through my cousin who played golf here, and that's what brought me here. So,
how do you like the weather?
I love it.
Golfing weather?
That's great. I mean, compared to what I grew up in back home, it's like a paradise, really, to be able to golf as many months out of the year as we can here. So it's awesome.
So do you find it, is it entertaining? Do you find it difficult to be a student athlete?
I love being a student athlete. I actually can't imagine what it'd be like just to be a student. I've been a student athlete now for about 3 or 4 years, and I like it a lot. I just like how there's always something for us to do with the team. We always have a structure to follow, and so it's good.
I mean, how difficult is it, though? How many days a semester do you think you miss?
Of school?
Yes.
Well, this spring, I know that for various classes I'm missing between 10 and 14 periods out of the semester. So for some classes, it might be a third of the class that I'm missing. So it's challenging, it definitely is.
How difficult is that to catch up with the work or actually make time? I mean, you hardly have time. I mean, you're on the road, you're playing golf. How difficult is that to make the time?
It's tough. The big key is just developing a good relationship with your teacher from the very beginning of the semester. And once you do that, they're pretty understanding if you're going to be gone. A lot of times you just have to do work on the road. And as far as missing tests and that kind of thing, you just have to reschedule it around your own schedule. So it's tough, but it has to be done.
Are there ever times that you don't feel prepared for, say, tests or don't understand a homework assignment because you missed a lecture for the day?
I think for some people, yes, but I'm pretty good at prioritizing what I need to take care of and all my organizational skills. So for the most part, no, I'm usually pretty prepared.
And how do your coaches help you?
Well,
are tutors provided, or?
If you need tutors, they are provided, and if you have a problem with the class, you can go to coaches and they'll set up a tutor or a mentor or something like that to help you along. So they definitely do help us in that aspect.
So tell us, do chicks dig the long ball?
Some of them do.
All right. Thanks for being with us, Jon.
All right, thank you.
It's that time of year again. New Mexico has hit its annual heat wave, but we're not talking about the weather. Kemmie Turpin has a story on New Mexico's annual fiery food show.
New Mexicans looking to spice up their spring found their fill at the 20th annual Fiery Food Show.
Here we are at the Fiery Food Show, and it's just la 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 la, you know what I mean?
Held at Sandia Casino and Resort, it showcased products to make your mouth water.
We love the barbecue sauces. That's really actually our favorite, but we love the salsas and what have you. And we love Garduño's products, queso, the green chili stew. It's awesome.
The event featured over 200 vendors selling everything from salsas to jams and jellies, and visitors had their pick of samples at most booths. Vendors also used the venue as a way of promoting their local businesses, including Sharon Davidson from Garduño's of Mexico.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we have been moving a lot of product. And another thing is to promote our restaurants. We have 7 locations here around town. So.
Vendors aren't the only ones excited about the event. Chile Head Zachary Burke says he loves the rush he gets from tasting everything there.
You know, see what the extreme is, you know what I mean? Well, I'm an adrenaline junkie, you know what I mean? So hot foods is kind of like in the same family.
For more information on all the companies participating in the show, visit the Fiery Foods website at www.fiery-foods.com. From Sandia Casino and Resort, this is Kemmie Turpin.
Every UNM student has been there at some point. For decades, the Frontier has been the 24-hour hangout for generations of the bleary-eyed UNM students, pulling all-nighters. But Marian Anderson reports that a little bit of Frontier history is about to change.
For almost 37 years now, Frontier Restaurant has been a vital part of the University of New Mexico community. From early morning eats to late night snacks, people have relied on the 24-hour eatery at any time of day. But now, because of rising insurance and security costs, owners have decided to close the doors from 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. And with Frontier being in an area full of college students, it has been a prime place to study until those early hours of the morning.
Me and my friends just come here all the time, freshman year, sophomore year. It's a place to study, it's a place to go. It's definitely a place that I miss being open late at night. It sucks.
Not only does the change affect students, but it leaves club goers to explore their options for their late night cravings. UNM senior Alex Midovich says he's found new places to go.
Well, we used to go eat there after we would go out around 2 or so, but since they're closed now, we have nowhere else to go, so I guess we just go to Taco Bell or we go home.
As far as going back to a 24-hour restaurant, Frontier owners say never say never. For Campus Report, this is Marian Anderson.
Wow, those cinnamon rolls are killer.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss getting those hot cinnamon buns at 3 in the morning, but hey, what are you gonna do?
Well, that's it for this edition of Campus Report. I'm Christina Lovato.
And I'm William McClary. Thanks for watching.